We use simple words all the time, and we probably think we know them inside and out. But what if I told you that one of the simplest, most basic words you can think of is actually incredibly complex? Today, we're going to peel back the layers on a tiny three-letter word and find a whole world of meaning hiding inside.
Right? So what even makes a word basic? You'd probably think it means it's, simple. It has one clear, straightforward definition. But what if the exact opposite is true? What if being basic is actually a sign of some serious power and complexity?
Well, to really get what makes a word truly fundamental, we actually have to look at this fascinating project from back in the 1930s. It was called Basic English, and it was created to answer this exact question.
Now, the whole idea here wasn't to, dumb down the English language or anything like that. Nope. The goal was to create a super efficient toolkit for clear global communication, something that could be learned really fast by anyone, anywhere in the world.
I mean, just think about that for a second. The goal wasn't just to say simple stuff like, hello, how are you? It was to be able to express almost any idea. We're talking science, business, just everyday life, using this tiny, tiny set of words. The real challenge, of course, was picking which words had the most punch.
And here it is. This is the magic number. Out of, hundreds of thousands of words in the English language, the creators of Basic English managed to boil it all down to just 850. That's it, just 850 words, a tiny but incredibly powerful core.
And guess what? Right there on that super exclusive list, sitting next to giants like be, have, and do, is the word bed. So, why? Why that word? What makes bed so essential that it just had to be on the list?
All right, let's put bed under the microscope. We're going to break this thing down and see exactly why it earned its spot on that list.
Okay, first up, just the sound of it. Bed. It's simple, it's short, it's super easy for pretty much anyone to say, right? No tricky vowels, no weird consonants. It's totally accessible. But that's pretty much where the simplicity ends.
Okay, this is where it starts to get really interesting. Because as a noun, the word bed doesn't just live in one world. Oh no, it lives in two totally different ones.
So on one hand, you've got the familiar one, right? The piece of furniture we all sleep on. But then, bed also refers to something much more elemental, the actual bottom of a river or an ocean. Think about that. A single word connects two completely different ideas. One is man-made and personal, and the other is totally natural and just vast.
And this sentence, it's a perfect example of that second meaning. The fish was so far down in the water that it was touching the river's bed. Makes total sense, right? That one little word instantly connects us to the very bottom of the natural world.
But hold on, we're not done yet. The complexity doesn't stop with it being a noun. Bed isn't just a thing, it can also be an action. And here, the meaning shifts pretty dramatically. As a verb, it takes on a very different, very human, and pretty informal meaning. This just goes to show how flexible the word is. It works in all these different contexts. And grammatically, it plays by all the rules. It's totally regular. It just fits right into the structure of the language, which makes it super easy to use. Bed, beds, bedded. Simple, predictable, and again, totally versatile.
Okay, so let's tie all this together. We've seen bed as a noun, we've seen it as a verb with a bunch of different meanings. So what does all this tell us about what it really means for a word to be basic, at least according to the whole Basic English idea?
Okay, and this is the crucial point right here. We have to completely flip our first idea on its head. A basic word isn't basic because it's simple. It's basic because it's like a master key. It's capable of unlocking so many different doors of meaning.
And that is the secret to Basic English. One little three-letter word lets you talk about furniture and geology and human relationships. That is some incredible efficiency. And look, if you only have 850 words to work with, a multi-purpose tool like bed isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely essential.
And it doesn't even stop there. The word bed is also a fantastic building block. I mean, it's the root for so many other words like bedroom, embed, bedpost. You get the idea. It's this core component that helps the rest of the language grow around it.
So just think about everything this one little word unlocks for us. A sense of home, of rest, a way to describe the very bottom of the ocean, a verb for a fundamental human experience, and a foundation to build even more vocabulary. That is the real power of a basic word.
So next time you hear a word that you think is just simple, maybe take a closer look. You might just find a whole universe of meaning hiding there in plain sight. Makes you wonder, right? What simple word will you never see the same way again?